Another Saturday morning edition of Tom's Corner. I'm Brian Hawkins, and good morning, Tom. How are you?
Brian, doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing fine. The weather's great. There's lots of football to watch, so I can't complain.
Right. Hey, we've been out in the community a lot doing our road shows. Mm-hmm. And then last Saturday we had a seminar that was held on Macular Degeneration Association.
Right.
And I can't believe how many people are coming up saying, hey, I listen to your show every Saturday. And I was leaving work the other day, and Fred and Corky from Glencoe stopped me. Hey, we listen to your show every Saturday. I'm starting to feel like a celebrity, I think.
Do they recognize your voice when they hear you talk? Or?
I think that's part of it, or they say, is that Tom over there?
Uh-huh.
So I'm starting to feel a little bit like a radio star.
All right. Well, good morning to all those folks who are tuning in, and thank you for doing so. But you are expanding your media empire, so to speak. You're going to do a conference coming up, but this is in October, right?
We have a conference that I thought I would talk about today called Vision Connections, and it's going to be held on Saturday, October 17th in Milwaukee area. Mm-hmm. And, there hasn't been a low vision conference in the Midwest in about 4 or 5 years since we did the Enlighten conference out in Schaumburg about 5 years ago. And I think it can be a turning point in somebody's life to go to a conference. And what I mean by that is to be able to hear speakers who are doctors who are up on the latest medical emerging therapies and treatments, to hear practitioners, both from an optometric point of view, occupational therapists, psychologists who study and do research on the effects of vision impairment and blindness, and to get it all in one place, I think. And then to have like an exhibit hall where you can go in and actually talk to these companies, all the different products that are available. And then just meeting each other, just having a place where sort of like everybody in the room understands exactly what you're going through with, if you're experiencing vision loss. It really can be a life changer. And so, I think back to, we had actually the Chicago Lighthouse and the Dike Center. It had the very first low vision conference ever was actually held here in Chicago in 1991. And up to that point, there have been conferences every year for like the American Council of the Blind, the National Federation of the Blind, and no one had really separated and said, okay, how about people with just low vision problems that maybe not experiencing the same kind of problems as a blind person would. And so that was kind of neat. That was a very successful conference. We charged, I think, $15, and we had 3 days of speakers.
Wow.
And we had 800 people came, and it was pretty amazing. It was held downtown. And then in 1993, we did it again, and we had over 1,000 people came. Mm-hmm. And then it went on to 1995, 97, and so forth, all the way through the middle of the 2000s. And, it's really changed a little bit. I think I used to really feel more connection with all the people in the Midwest at some of these conferences because we were mixing together doctors and professionals and teachers and parents of visually impaired children and us people, employment age and seniors with low vision all in one area. And there really hasn't been a venue like that for a long time, and I really miss that. So I think this group in Milwaukee, it's called Vision Forward, and they have some really great ideas. I know their staff very well, and I really commend them for being able to put on this conference. So I thought I would talk about it just for a few moments today.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you appear, what will you be talking about?
So I will be actually one of the featured speakers, and I'm going to be highlighted with, there's first a researcher, Dr. Kimberly Sipin, and she's going to be talking about, as I mentioned, emerging therapies for eye diseases. She's from the Medical College of Wisconsin.
Okay.
And mine is called Navigating Life with Vision Loss, Adjustment, Adaptation, and Advocacy. And so I'm going to probably talk a lot about some personal adjustments, embarrassing stories, things that really were difficult for me to adjust to those first 5 years of going through vision loss, how you adapt psychologically, how you adapt amongst your family and your friends. And then once you feel strong and you kind of understand how you can start to advocate for other people. One of the biggest things that was helpful for me was starting a support group for low vision people. And as I visit the suburbs in this area, there's quite a few support groups out there now that are helping people to sit in the same room and be able to understand when somebody tells a story or a frustration. Not only the empathy that you say everybody's head is bobbing up and down like, yeah, I've been through that. And that's really helpful because sometimes family members and other people in your world don't understand exactly what you're going through. But other people would chime in and say, well, have you tried this or have you tried that? And so it's a place to go to feel the comfort and support and to get good ideas about living with life and problems. So these self-help groups are important, and we will put together a list for our listeners so that if you live in the suburban areas, where you can go to maybe see some of these support groups.
Okay.
And be able to participate. But I say start your own, even if you have 2 or 3 people in your community. Maybe through your local township office is a good place, or maybe your local community center. Tell them you'd like to start a low vision group, and we'll actually help you. We'll help you promote it to get the people there to come. And as I said, even if it's a small group, I think it'll be really helpful for lots and lots of people with vision loss to be able to connect with each other and really make a difference in somebody's life. No need to go through some of these experiences by yourself.
And that conference is October 17th. We'll update you as we get closer to that date. But in the meantime, you are also going to be on the road at your road shows, and you have dates coming up this September.
We do. So actually next Wednesday, right away, is the show that we like to do in Worth. Is part of the private bank, it's called Founders Square location in the south suburbs. And it's our regular time is from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. It's free. It's open to the public. And it's 7103 West 111th Street is the address in Worth.
Okay.
And the private bank has been really great in helping us with a free location. It's a really beautiful room. The private bank has also helped us recently with financing for people who are looking to purchase equipment. And we have that information in our store as well.
Okay.
In fact, they've had a special grant or special help for people who maybe their credit score is not quite the greatest and couldn't get a personal loan otherwise. They have a special program for people. So those of you who are considering getting one of these new products that we talk about, the private bank has financing, and it doesn't take long to apply. And we have all the applications here. Again, 1-800-919-3375.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. What else do we have going? Wednesday, September 30th, we have a show coming up at Frankfort location, the Frankfort Township offices, which is 11000 West Lincoln Highway. And that's a beautiful room. We love going there, and floor-to-ceiling windows, and looks out over the trees and the grass. We don't see many trees around here at the Chicago Lighthouse, so we enjoy going there. And we hope that you can come or bring family members, bring things that you would like to be able to read and to be able to sew, or if you're using crafts, and bring all those things, personal items with you. We can sit down, we can try some of these products, many, many new products to help people with macular degeneration. We've helping people recently with diabetic retinopathy, kind of turn their life around. Also glaucoma. So we've been real busy, and we're excited to be able to meet you and to help you and your family cope with the loss of vision.
Right. And there probably won't be too many more road shows because you always take off the winter months. So if you have a chance to get to the ones that are scheduled, I would advise that you do so.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks. He's Tom Persky. I'm Brian Hawkins. This is The Beacon.